I'm at Home Depot here, and I'm glad everyone came out. We've got an exciting agenda today. It's a packed agenda, so we'll keep things moving. But I have the pleasure of introducing Hal Lawton. Hal Lawton is our president of our online team, which includes mobile as a big piece of that. So without further ado, Hal Lawton.
Thanks. I welcome everybody. It's great to host you here at Home Depot, and I thought I'd just share with you a few thoughts around how we think about mobile at Home Depot. And it's been probably a year and a half, maybe a year and a half ago as a company, we started really talking about mobile and how to harness the power of it. And the interesting thing about mobile is that it's not like, well, I have the consumer-facing mobile of Home Depot. That's only one element of how Home Depot can harness the power of mobile. And so we actually had to get a pretty large cross-functional team together. We started talking about, okay, what are the various ways to think about mobility? And the cool thing is, instead of kind of one group attacking it strong, aggressively, and a couple others not so much, we've had a very integrated kind of mobile strategy at Home Depot, covering all the various opportunities. So probably the first one that we've got out in front of, and we've been pretty vocal about in the marketplace, is our mobile devices that we're using in our stores, and really trying to drive productivity with our associates. So we made a $60 million investment in approximately 20 handsets per associate. And really we're calling it the first phone, is really how we marketed it. It's really, and it's going to help our associates do a ton of tasks that they used to either use big kind of mobile carts for, or else they had to go back on computers and etc. But the biggest thing we're looking to do is provide improved customer service with it, and that's what we're calling it the first phone. We're kind of going, hey, you can do tasks on it as well. You can also look up all kinds of data and have it readily accessible in your hand. But really all it's about helping the customers. So things that we're able to do on that, for instance, are we're able to real-time look up additional inventory for a customer and tell them where it's located elsewhere in the store. We're also able to check a customer out from the phone, much like you could in the Apple Store. And a variety of other things. Our associates have access to their sales data all the way from a SKU, a class, subclass, department level inside the phone. They also have all their tasking capabilities inside the phone. And so it's been incredibly cool. We piloted it first off up in Seattle in the Northwest area, Pac Northwest area. And now we've migrated across about half of our associate base. And the next couple of months it'll be across all of our associates base. But a huge investment. Like I said, about $60 million worth, and we're really looking forward to take us to the next level of customer service in our stores. And it'll be much like the way, if you've been in an Apple store, much like the way they leverage their devices in the store, but in a much more rugged kind of Home Depot, home improvement-like way. So that's been one big thing. The other next big thing we've been focused on is our consumers and our customers, really. Mobile has really radically transformed the way retail's done. No longer does a customer either go in your store for information, or over the last 5 to 10 years go online to a PC for information. A mobile phone actually bridges between those two environments, right? And some of the ways it's changed is its accessibility to data, any sort of data, right? So they're standing in our stores, and they can now get access to data on the product. They can get access to data on the project. They also can get access to pricing information, right? So I'm sure you guys have seen it, but there's a number of applications out there and a number of retailers that have applications where you can scan a barcode or take a picture of a product, and it'll come back with you with either that retailer's price or 5, 10 other retailers' prices. So the transparency, the radical transparency that mobile phones are bringing to the marketplace is unbelievable. It's also forcing you to think much more about localization with your customers. And it's learning to think about context with your customers, right? So you have to have mobile sites these days that actually deliver what the customer wants, and it has to be personalized because it's got to be quicker and faster, and you got to be able to get them through the experience in a much quicker fashion. But what we know is that the average customer shops, when they go onto our website, they shop in 7 days. But when they go onto our mobile site, they shop in a day. And Best Buy just recently announced that said 40% of the sales that they do on their mobile phones are buy online, pick up in store. So it's that connectivity, it's that multi-channel integration. It's somebody on the go. Maybe they're at a friend's house, or they're just out of their house in some way, or it could be sitting on their couch. They open up their app, they either want to know where the closest store is and that store information, or they want to buy something and they want to go pick it up. So from a consumer point of view, we've been aggressively attacking mobile with a mobile optimized site. If you go and type in homedepot.com into your browser, you're going to get an optimized site. You're not going to get our normal site you get on the PC. We're aggressively pushing applications, whether it's an iPhone application or whether it's the Androids or the Windows Mobile 7. So aggressively thinking about that from a consumer point of view. The third way that we're thinking a lot about mobility is in the wallet, right? So if you think about Japan, no one really carries a wallet around in Japan anymore. They all their kind of wallet information is stored in their mobile phone. And we're not quite there yet in the United States, but we recently put near-field communication chips in all of our point of sale, or we're doing it right now, putting them in all of our point of sale in our stores. And we're one of the first retailers to do that. And the technology is not far behind in our devices, where they'll have, I think it's about a $15 or $20 chip that they'll be putting in these that allow for near-field communication between a mobile phone and a POS system in the store. And then from there, there's a number of players, and there's kind of a battle to see how it's all going to play out, whether the Visa and the MasterCards of the world are going to end up owning this, or whether or not it might be the Googles and the Apples of the world, or whether it be the device manufacturers, or it could be the AT&Ts of the world. But in some way, shape, or form, this is all going to play out. And you're going to be able to store your credit card information, your bank account information, etc. in your mobile phone. Just put it right up beside a device and make payment for in retail. So we're aggressively, as Home Depot, trying to stay out on the forefront of using it with our associates to make them more productive, using it with our customers to provide a seamless experience across all sorts of platforms and channels, and also trying to stay out ahead on the payment side, because behind labor and cost of goods, transaction expenses are the third highest cost we have in our business. You know, the credit card providers and the debit card cost. So we're looking very much so, if there's any way to take that cost out of our business or even reduce it, it's a dramatic opportunity for us, and so we're trying to stay out ahead of it. So that's just a quick overview around Home Depot. We've got a fantastic CTO, Matt Carey, and our CEO, Frank Blake. You know, they're real thoughtful and forward-looking around interconnectivity and around mobility and trying to stay ahead of what's going on in the retail space. And excited to be working on many of these items. And I think we're embracing it about equally or as fast as most other retailers out there. So hope you all have a great day. Again, thanks for spending some time here with us. And I saw a quick peek at the agenda, and it looks like you guys have a bunch of great topics, and sure should be